Hare Krishna. Thank you. So nice lecture you gave. Very nice. I have one comment and I have two questions. The comment is Prabhupada writes in Krishna book that when there is a typhoon, big typhoon, the small lamps they get they go dark. But even if the sun, even if there is a typhoon, he is not disturbed. In the same way, the devotees of Krishna, they don't become disturbed because Krishna doesn't become disturbed. So why take shelter of demigods who get disturbed? They themselves get disturbed. So what is the use of taking shelter of demigods? Because they will become disturbed and then you also will become disturbed. Everybody knows Bhoktaram Yajnatapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Then why there is so much there is no peace in Iskcon among devotees, and why they don't experience peace even though they know that verse?
Big gap between theory and practice. You have to close the gap. The whole problem is, it is easy to give lecture, it is difficult to practice. Everybody knows Pranadapi Sunichena Taroreva Sakshana. A new Bhakta also knows that. You know? A new Bhakta knows that. Then how much we can apply, we will see when that situation is put, how much intolerant one can become. So the whole process of devotional service is to do sincerely so much that these all qualities come automatically. Don't have to endeavor, by the way. You don't have to do separate thing. You have to only increase your sincerity more and more. Sincerity more and more. Nothing else. There is a gap because of which all this problem. We know He is the Supreme Lord, but we want to become Lord. What to do? Krishna is smiling. You think that Krishna is smiling for what? You should be happy that He is not laughing at you. Gap. Whole process of devotional service is to close the gap. That is what unconditionally, under any circumstance, I am carrying forward. This fellow did this, that fellow did this, I am disturbed, I am going here, I am going here. What is this? Anything happens, even the sky collapses on it, I am continuing. That is what Krishna is looking for. Under any circumstance. Not that unconditional, why we call it unconditional devotional? Under any circumstance. You can't put condition. If this happens, I will do. If this is not happening, I am not going to do. No problem. Krishna is not worried about what you are doing. He will still keep smiling only, don't worry. Radha Rasbari will smile at you. But you make that smile a satisfactory smile of your service to Him. Not otherwise. So gap, closing the gap, how to close it? We'll have to grow. Those who don't want to close the gap, that is their problem. Somebody wants to close, they are real candidates. So we have to come up to the level of, what is the use of spending decades and decades here without doing anything substantially moving forward? Don't you think it is a criminal waste of time? You spend so much time, but then you are in the same place where you started. It is totally, wasting your human form of life.
You quoted this verse, Apiche Suduracharo. How to apply this verse in Iskcon? Sometimes when we come to know that some devotee has performed some abominable activity, the immediate reaction is the meetings we sit and say we should throw him out. And then some devotees, they argue, no, he may be a sadhu. So how, then there is this, Krishna says, karmendriyani samyamya ya aste manasasmaran. So mityachara, indriyarthan vimudatma, mityachara sucha. Then there is this mityachari also. So how to apply this verse in Iskcon practically? Because as soon as somebody does something mistake, we say that he should be thrown out.
Throwing out should not be the first solution, that might be the last solution. There has to be a balance between administration and spiritual application. This is not a government department where only rules work. not a government department. It's a transcendental institution. So there has to be a balance between these two. We have to protect the institution, we have to protect the devotee also. That requires maturity in both. So suppose somebody does a mistake, then the first thing it is not to throw that person out. The first thing is to give an opportunity. It depends upon what kind of mistake also. If it is, something very serious, suppose somebody did a murder, you can't do anything. The law will take its own course. Law of the land has to be followed. You can't say that we are trying to cover it up. We will cover it up, you will go into the jail actually. We don't have to do that. But because we are coming from the material world, we are used to doing material sinful activities. Even after coming to Krishna consciousness, the remnants of those, previous habits are there, because of which somebody does some small mistake. Then there has to be first level is to give an opportunity for reformation. If that person is sincere and the person is ready to take the reformation and he actually reform, the chance should be given. Unless his presence become dangerous for the institution, by law of the land doesn't allow, then we can't help. We have to go according to the law of the land. But if the person can reform, giving a chance is nothing wrong. We'll have to follow the mood of Prabhupada. It's Prabhupada's institution. Is it our institution? So that we will have our own rule? We may be in different positions. These are all matter of time. ये सब खाली करना पड़ेगा. Nothing is permanent. Any position you may have in Iskcon, anything, it is temporary, no? How long? From the calculation of Brahma, it is like this. And within this, you are talking big thing, what? So, first and foremost is opportunity for reformation. And the fellow wants to reform, fine. Repeat offender, again and again and again. Then you'll have to say, "Theek hai bhai, you do your devotional, go to home and do your..." We are not discouraging you to not to do. You do it, but this is not the right place for you. You become a disturbance for the society, that we cannot allow. That we cannot allow. At the society's cost, you can't save an individual. That is absurd. It is always the principle that for a higher cost, lower thing can be sacrificed. For the country's sake, one province can be sacrificed. For the province's sake, one village can be sacrificed. For the village's sake, one family can be sacrificed. For the family's sake, one person can be sacrificed. If the situation comes that, saving is very important. But a small thing, reformation is the way. That is what Prabhupada did. That's what we are expected to do. We are representatives of Prabhupada. So, balance has to be there. Not that any small thing, immediately throw him out. That is not the way Prabhupada did. So, that is not the standard that is expected to be followed.
My feeling is that at least personally we should not condemn. Maybe he is a sadhu.
Personally?
Personally, as an administration, we may take some action.
Yeah.
But at personal level, we may not condemn that person.
The fellow is chanting the holy names and following regulative principles and coming to Mangalarati, Guru Puja, sitting in Bhagavatam class, sadhu. Why not? Sadhu mein variety hai. It's not the sadhu that Krishna is telling that I am sitting in the heart, he is in the core of my heart. Utna sadhu nahi to kam se kam mandir mein baithne ke liye layak wala sadhu hai. Sadhu. Disciplinary action may be there. That is for the good of that person. Disciplinary action has to be there. That is required for the institutional integrity. You see, we are in an institution. We'll have to take care of the integrity of the institution also. एकदम useless person को भी नहीं रख सकता है. But somebody, because of not able to control the senses, he did a mistake. Giving an opportunity, nothing wrong. Nothing wrong. That is what Prabhupada would do. Anything we try to do, we should think what Prabhupada would do. If Prabhupada would do certain things, that is what we should do. Don't go to the, from, some Purana where one Rishi did, this did, that is not applicable now. What is applicable now is Prabhupada's standard. International Society for, you are in International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Founder Acharya, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So, his institution, his rules apply. And GBC is supposed to execute what is Prabhupada's will, what is Prabhupada wanted. And we accept that authority and then go move forward. Even in GBC, when somebody does a mistake, there are 4 levels. First you censure him, then you suspend him, give warning, then remove him. Removal is not the first thing. This is a GBC law, by the way. 4 levels are there. Anything, first thing is not to remove. First thing is to censure. You say that, express your displeasure to a day, you did what you did is not correct. At least, give in writing. This is not correct, improve. Again he does it, then suspend him. Still not thrown him. Warning dene ka. Then finally comes, sudharta. Kabhi koi sudharega bhi nahi hai. Fir kya karna hai? Then he is not fit for Iskcon, but you give him a golden handshake, you please go to your house and chant there. We are not telling to discontinue your chanting. You be chant and do all your bhajan. Do what bhajan in the home only. So all the best. Sometimes we will meet in festivals. Hare Krishna.